A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and welcome. It's a beautiful day today. Alhamdulillah, I see beautiful faces out here. My family is like all my family's here. And I'm real excited about this day and this occasion. And I always think about, I don't guess you call them butterflies or jitters, but it's a responsibility to come out here and to head up these programs. You know, me being the son of Imam Deen Mohammed and the president, and inheriting this great responsibility of being the president of the ministry of Imam Deen Mohammed. So I was thinking, when I heard that our good brother wasn't able to make it, and I understand, it's a difficulty. Their brother works very hard. He's a committee member with the planning of he participates in most of our annual events that the mosque has put on, mainly the convention, Imam Alfred Muhammad. And we miss him and we thank Allah for him. We appreciate him. So I said, without Alfred here, I said, we miss him really big. When you miss Alfred, he's a really great motivator and a strong imam and a believer and a follower of Imam Deen Mohammed. So I was thinking to myself, I was out this morning in the Mosque Community Garden, and I was thinking about you, Sister Jamila. My brother Fred back here. I got some good believers in this community that have been helping and guiding me through this gardening that I've been doing. Now, I didn't just start gardening this year. I've been doing it for a while, about 20 years or so. But I got some of my best advice from this brother and this sister that's in this audience right here, and I got to get them out. If I have to come to their house and pick them up, I'm gonna bring them to look at my garden. Because when I'm out there working, they on my mind. The student, I always think about the teacher when he's working. So, alhamdulillah. But I'm also very pleased with the concerns that were brought by Imam just now. And us as a community, Imam Muhammad used to speak to us about, he coined a term. He is a powerful person when it comes to putting messages out in a few words that give making powerful statements and terminology that we carry with us for life. In the early years, he told us about how words, we live in a word environment and words make people. And he mentioned the term in his latter years. He mentioned it quite often. He called it the universal soul. And he was teaching a lot on Adam and the first man, or the first human being that God created, and how we're all connected, and how there's a universal soul, and that there's a connection. And I bear witness to that. When I was riding over here, the concerns that are on the hearts, if you have some of your original nature, which I believe all of us have, I say that jokingly because, you would argue with some people when you see their behavior. Do they have any of their nature that God gave them? They've been completely turned around by this enemy that we face, the Satan that influences all of us, that his influence is always present. And when I heard the brother speaking to his heart and his conscience, I said, that's what I wanted to talk about. Jesus just said different words in his mouth, coming out of his mouth and from his mind, but that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. That our enemy, when you're enjoying good times, when you think you're relaxed, you almost getting to the point where when I was a kid, we used to sleep with our doors open. I would leave my bike on the front lawn and come back out the next morning. Nobody came in the house on us. The bicycle was still there. Nobody robbed us. You expect to see a warm greeting and a smile. We getting back to that in some of our communities because concerns bring us together, and situations, some of the tough times we had when things kind of settle. As a community, we've seen everything come at us that would divide us. So as a community, we're secure in who we are and our identity. We don't have no identity crisis. We know who our leader is, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet Muhammad, to whom the Quran was revealed. We know who we are. We know our book, the Holy Quran, and we know what Allah wants for us as Muslims. Many of us here, I'm speaking to the older ones here, have fasted through an entire moon cycle over 33 years, and so we know what it's like to practice Islam. We've done it for a lifetime, what people would consider a lifetime, so we're comfortable in who we are, and we don't. But the enemy, that's when he starts creeping. He's looking for us when we're relaxed, we're not on the defensive, we're not defending. We should always be defending in our heart. But where he comes is in subtle places and with influences. He'll misdirect. He'll misdirect the language of the Quran or our religion or our practice. He'll downplay the importance. They downplay the importance of things that we've held sacred or important to us our whole life. Like the things that we've established, these annual convents, our gatherings, our Jummahs. Most of us work, and a lot of people that bosses don't let them off for Jummah, but our annual events, and I hear them whispering. They downplay things. They say, well, I don't know if I'm going to be, and they say the enemy always wants to come as your trusting advisor, you're sincere. That's what the Quran says, you're a sincere advisor, And he's saying, well, I don't know if I can make that. I'm going to go to the convention. And you wonder, you should look at your standpoint. You being a sincere believer, a 1,000% supporter, you've given more than the average person could even imagine giving zakat and charity over a lifetime. You've given 10 lifetimes over. When you compare, look back on your life and see what you have sacrificed for the future of this community. And look at the average person that believe that they are charitable or they support the community. They haven't given, they can't come close to us. We giants. Some of you all out here, and I mean it, I'm not exaggerating, some of you all out here morally are giants, are people that need to be studied by society to see what it takes to be a strong person in faith and a supporter. You have people. You have the enemy looking at your situation, and they'll take something and downplay it and say, "Well, we can't tear this down. It's too big. Too much momentum is behind it." I hear everybody talking about the convention this year. So we ain't gonna be able to stop that. So I jump on the bandwagon. Yeah, I'm going too. You weren't going a minute ago. Now you're going. Now you're in full support. But I don't know about my money. I don't think I can. You going to the picnic or you gonna go to the Ramadan? I don't think I can go to that. I'm not gonna go to that. So they downplay things, and the enemy is arrogant. The Shaitan, he's made of fire. Fire, if left unchecked, and without wind, which is passion and emotion, which is expressive and an expression that we use to term if this person's human, or if this person is, in a correct human state. You might go and make a joke with him, and if he don't laugh, you say, "Oh, something wrong with him," Or you might even nudge him or something, or say something might tick him off. You say, "Oh, brother, just checking you out, man. See if you all right. You sure you all right?" So that's passions. That's like wind. But if there's no the Satan, he's cold. He doesn't have the passions, the wind. He's a fire, a smokeless fire. And if you leave fire unchecked, it tries to travel straight up. If you ever do that, go in your house and shut all the windows and light a lighter, a fire. The fire you're going to watch is going to go to the thin point and try to go straight up. So that's the nature. That's the nature of that type of person that wants to come in and take attention from whatever it is that you're doing. They'll say, "Well, I'm going to support this because there's some momentum behind it," but then they'll try to downplay the other things you're doing, And many of us, without thinking about it, because we have our media, the Muslim Journal, and many of you all used to witness programs even during Imam Muhammad's time. Look at Sister Adidia, she remember. Imam Muhammad will be having a program